Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the third episode of the Chaos Crew, DM'd by me, Dylan, with this lovely little gang here. Um, let's jump into a little recap here. So last time on the Chaos Crew, Solaris got teleported in front of the Xanathar and is now old, and got imprisoned in his fortress on Skull Island. So naturally, Patience and Sunspot, sort of sailed 3 days, so not very quick, but quick enough, to the rescue. While Kurayami, their dramatic tiefling friend, went to go gather allies in the city of Waterdeep above. But so Patience and Sunspot went through the magical locks in the Southern Sea Cave, and ended up getting shrunk down to 9 inches or so, and didn't return to normal size afterwards. But that didn't stop them from beating the crap out of a giant wyvern and half ogre who was riding it.
Specifically, specifically Sunspot for that one.
Patience didn't roll so well, but I'm sure it's fine. There's a big fight that went down, and the party almost all died. But Solaris jumped off of the wall into the water, and then got grabbed by a big hand. Renair was unconscious and got left behind. And
as we tend to do with Renair.
It happens a lot. And Sunspot and Patience rode on this big swarm of rats, and were able to escape across Merkspan Bridge into Skullport proper. Who should I start with here? I think I want to start with Solaris. I think that's where I want to start. Yeah. So Solaris, you jumped into the sort of estuary waters of Skullpool, where the seawater and the fresh water sort of mix together. There's big explosions going on behind you, a lot of angry Xanathar people. You dive in, you chugged a potion of water breathing, so you don't have to worry about that. And then a big hand comes and yanks you out of the water. And I want you to give me, I guess, just a perception check.
Oh my.
Yeah.
A perception check, you say?
Yeah.
Well, all right then. It seemed like a good idea at the time, right?
I mean, it'd still be a good idea.
So, that's going to be a 13.
13. Okay, so
13.
You were able to sort of get your bearings in this dark water. Under dark water. And you see that the creature that grabbed you is this big, nasty sort of teal creature covered in warts and growths with fins, long sort of matted wet hair, and big old webbed claws, and a mouthful of jagged piranha teeth. So it grabs you and it pulls you down and looks at you and starts just sort of swimming with you towards a cave in the side of Skull Island underneath the water.
Excuse me? Hello? You speak common? Oh my, apparently not. Is that either Celestial, Draconic, or Infernal?
No.
Well then, I don't understand any of those, but I say hello in Celestial, Draconic, and Infernal in turn to see if any of those are familiar to this creature.
This big nasty looking aquatic troll does not seem to care. It just kind of, as you head into this dark cave, which you have your goggles of.
Yes, I have my goggles.
So you can see.
Good.
But it drags you along into this cave where it looks like there are bones sort of sunk into the bottom of the rocky little
Oh,
cleft.
good. It looks like I'm going to be an appetizer or lunch. Oh, good.
Looks like there's some old rusty chains that it's, put onto walls and stuff.
Oh,
And,
those aren't good either.
so you also see that there are other tunnels that sort of branch off from this one. And it sort of takes you and it sort of pushes you into a rusty cage and closes it. And then sort of goes over and starts like looking through what basically looks like a pantry, an underwater pantry.
Oh, well, this is not good. I think, well, I've dealt with cages before. Can I take a look at this lock and see what I think of this lock?
Sure. It doesn't look very good just from looking at it with your regular eyes,
I kind of take a quick glance, look over. Troll's got its back to me. It's not watching me?
No, not at present.
Okay. I take out my thieves' tools, and I'm going to try to quickly just deal with this lock and see if I can't get away from here while it's busy.
Okay.
Can I be stealthy about it so that it doesn't hear me?
Sure you
want me to roll that?
Yes.
Okay, let me roll that. Do.
Of course I do.
I mean, I'm somewhat of a stealthy person, she says as she gets a 21.
Oh. Yeah, it doesn't notice you.
Okay. Great. So I'm going to attempt to open this lock. I am proficient and I have expertise with these thieves' tools. So very, very carefully. Well, so the total of that is going to be a 20.
Oh.
To unlock the lock.
You do. Very easily. It seems to be sort of rusted and not very good shape.
Excellent. I'm going to try to quietly remove myself from the cage, but as I'm getting ready to do it, I would like to cast a minor illusion of Solaris sitting dejectedly in the cage.
Clever. Okay.
And then get out of the cage if I can. Do I think this door is going to make a lot of noise when I try to open it?
Probably.
Oh, geez. Do I have anything that could make it quieter? Oh, okay. So, let's see.
You also don't know if this creature might like feel, the water moving as you open the cage either,
It's true. So I think that she thinks about it for a second. She's like, oh, okay. I'm going to on the other side of the creature, like where's the entranceway? Is it on the other side of it? Is it back the way we came in?
Back the way you came in. And then like I said, there are some other tunnels that seem to sort of branch off this cave.
Oh. Good. Okay. So Solaris is going to 30 feet. So 30 feet past the creature in the opposite direction of me. Mm-hmm. I would like to use my minor illusion to cause a maybe like a scream.
Oh.
Like somebody's down that tunnel and is startled.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, so I want it to scream, and when it screams, I want to open the cage door and try to duck out, and then put illusory Solaris in the cage and find a place to hide.
Okay, so this big creature, there's a scream. The creature sort of like looks up. You really quickly like slide out of the cage. I guess just make me well, you already made a stealth check, so I'm just gonna say you're able to sort of. Well, where do you think you want to go? Would you want to stay in this cave itself? Would you like to go down one of the little side tunnels? trying to head back the tunnel you came in through?
I think I'm going to go for the closest tunnel that gets me out
Okay.
of sight fastest. I don't know where it goes. Hopefully, there's not something bigger down here, but I'm going to go that way.
I don't know. I guess we'll
You
see.
just
All right. So you swim away as the troll is looking the other way. And are you just gonna keep like going down this tunnel that you head down?
Yeah, I think that my plan is distance at the moment.
Okay. So you head into this murky water that seems to like it gets kind of like mucky the deeper in you get. Um, and you actually see as you get deeper in as well along the walls, there appear to be little like veins of metal in the walls that are sort of glowing a silvery color. Uh, However, you also start to notice like movement in the shadows, sort of in the tunnels around you, uh, in all directions, really.
Good.
As as you've gone down this little cave here,
Okay.
and sort of eventually you find yourself at sort of like a crossroads of a couple tunnels, um, and these creatures that look like they have sort of like a jellyfish looking skin and stuff, with tendrils sort of at their lower halves and like sort of humanoid upper halves, but without like a head. Um, they sort of start to emerge from the shadows towards you. And you hear a voice in your head say, "Ah, at last, my servants are here." And you recognize the voice as that of the Stone of Galore.
Oh, I thought you went quiet when we found the treasure.
No, you just haven't spoken to me. I don't find much use talking to, mortals like you.
Uh-huh.
But I'm still here. No worries, no worries.
Uh-huh.
Everything has gone according to my grand plan, as you've brought me back to where I once was before that meddlesome wizard turned me into this stone.
Okay, this doesn't make me feel that great about my situation.
Oh, no worries at all. No worries at all. And you see these creatures just kind of like hovering on the edge of your vision, all around you. And the Stone of Galore says, "I think we would help each other, Solaris."
Um, I mean, you were pretty helpful the last time that we were
I know I
talking.
was. I know I was.
Okay.
I am a font of vast and eclectic knowledge that you mortals could not even begin to fathom. Why, before your little moon goddess and her sister of darkness built this world, I was still around.
Yep. Mm-hmm. You've talked about that.
Yes, yes. You must be reminded. Your kind has such a limited memory, of course. But,
Oh,
well, your withered and nasty old form, well, I might be able to
hey,
heal
that's
you.
a little bit of brood.
But your kind are so fragile and aged. Look at your wrinkles and liver spots.
You know, things
Willowy,
happened.
your willowy straw-like hair.
I actually think it's very nice. It's got a nice color to it. I miss
I
the
could
purple
easily
though.
snap you between my tentacles if I was in my true form.
Kind of glad you're a rock.
Well, that's what I was going to talk about. Perhaps we could
Oh,
both. Perhaps we could both return to our original forms, Solaris.
okay, now I'm listening.
I thought you might. I happen to know of a place here down in Undermountain where there is a fountain of youth that may be able to restore yours and that dear what do you call them, lover of yours, the mate. I believe that your ages could be restored, perhaps. I could tell you where it is, but only if you promise to help restore me as well to all of my glory.
Explain to me again. You're like you're like a big like guy
Yes!
like.
Eons ago, before the great black city of Zifu came to your pathetic world of Abiatorial, I and the Abilethic sovereignty ruled the void that existed. And then, your little so-called gods came and made your mortal dominions, and we slithered into the darkness that they left behind. And eons passed. I've served many so-called masters since then, doing my grand schemes throughout the eons. But then some pathetic wizard turned me into this rock, and eventually I was found by your mate's father, that Dagult Never Ember.
Yeah, that guy's a jerk.
Yes, yes. Such delicious little secrets he stored inside me, though. Like so many before him.
Do you know anything that maybe we could use to sort of ruin his position as the big head of Neverwinter and kind of topple his whole control structure?
I know much and more, but I don't give those out for free, you understand.
I know, but we're like besties now.
I wouldn't go that far. I mean,
I'm gonna
we're
take
more
you and
acquaintances than anything.
well, no, see, I'm gonna help you become the true you. You're gonna help me become the true me. I mean, that sounds like a journey of like best friends.
Okay, I guess that is kind of like intimate and like, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I'm also a masterful being from the dawn of before time was even a thing. So I don't know. I don't know about that.
Yeah, but you need me to make you not be a rock anymore.
Okay, that's fair.
Hmm.
Well, if it will appease your mortal vanity, fine, we shall be besties, as you put it.
I'll invite you to the wedding.
Excellent.
Since the stone can't like shake on it, I just shake the stone up and down. Like we've got a deal.
Okay, excellent. The sort of jellyfish-like creatures sort of get a little closer, and the stone says, "My servants will lead you to your friends now."
Oh, good. They were so small when I saw them, like this big.
Yes, they were. That was rather amusing.
Kind of interesting.
I could have destroyed them so easily with their tiny, putative little minds. Like a mouse.
Yeah, but I don't know. I'd be careful. Did you see how Sunspot just sort of...
Did you just call him Sunspot?
I said Sunspot.
That's pretty good, actually.
Sunspot, though. Yeah, that's a pretty good name.
Pretty good.
He knows where other people's stun spots are.
I'm going to give you an inspiration, Jeanette. It's pretty good. So yeah, Galore is like, all right, enough of this. Enough of these puns. Carry me forward, bestie.
All right, here we go.
All right. Meanwhile, Sunspot and Patience, you guys ride on this sea of rats, basically, through the slavers market, right across the river in Skullport, where there's a bunch of people. It's kind of an auction block where this human guy with like gold teeth is like, and for our next little thing, and some slaves are brought up on stage. A lot of people are also looking at like the fort, like, what's that big explosion? That was weird.
That is on fire.
Yeah. Just some stuff going on over there. But your rats kind of like take you past a shop where it looks like there's a big, like 9-foot tall lady with blue skin and like a very revealing bloodstained dress is like cooking meat. And there's also like a bunch of corpses hanging by hooks outside. They kind of like take you past that and down into an alleyway between a bunch of, crooked buildings that have been built up on top of what looks like ruined buildings underneath them. Just into sort of like a trash covered alleyway.
So I'm unconscious.
Yeah, you're still.
And I like to think comedically.
Yeah, because I spared the dying as we were running out.
That's right.
I like to think comedically without needing checks or anything. Every single moment that my head that's dangling off the rat would hit an object, it does.
Yes. And the rats just kind of take you through this trash alleyway. Patience's head just everything, and down like a sewer grate into like this nasty, gross tunnel underneath these streets. They look very ancient. But that is where you guys find yourselves at the moment.
Sunspot's just gonna look down at Patience's unconscious body, be like, I can't help you right now, bro. Tapped out. Tapped out.
All right.
Unconscious, but yeah, same.
How long are you going to be unconscious? The question.
That is up to the universe. When I am stable, it takes 1d4 hours, and then I come conscious with 1 hit point.
Okay. You want me to roll the 1d4?
Sure.
We'll see. Okay. Like, got it.
4?
No, not quite.
Okay.
3.
Nice.
So, 4 patients will be out for the next, he's sort of tuckered out.
I'll see you guys next session.
So, I don't know, Sunspot, what's the plan here at the moment?
Are the rats still there, or do they kind of dump us off and scatter?
They're kind of still hanging around,
Yeah.
How long does your command of them last?
I think it lasts a while. I don't have the...
More than 3 hours?
Let me see.
That's the main reason I'm asking. I don't think it's anytime soon, but I'm going to be out for a bit.
The site would load, I would tell you.
So if you were going to go out with the rats to do stuff, you might want to do it now instead of later.
I think it lasts for 24 hours, maybe.
I think so.
What is the spell?
As long as you continue to play the pipes. Oh, as long as you continue to play the pipes, they stay with you. Okay. Yeah,
then I'll just keep...
That's going to be the longest concert, just saying.
Just run out of...
Every 6 seconds, I just blow one note.
Hey, that counts.
I'd like to say that somewhere in the city, like you hear the people are like, "What is that?" Looking in sewer grates and stuff.
Yeah, like a beggar who's like picking trash out of that back alley is like, "What the heck?"
Looks down, sees some little rats raving.
There's just lights coming up.
Glow sticks going.
It's Year of the Rat.
It is the Year of the Rat.
It is. That's true.
Viva la revolution. Skullport is ours.
After, probably an hour or so,
Sunspot, this count as like a short rest where I can like get some hit dice back?
I would say so. Yeah.
Okay, because I am not.
And eventually you hear what sounds like some noises coming down the sewer pipe towards you.
Uh-oh. I just kind of get a little low.
And coming into view through the darkness is suddenly Solaris, sort of just like on her sort of, and crawling across the ground.
And we're still tiny size.
We're still tiny?
Still are.
Oh boy.
I blow a little note and all the rats wave. Get back on their back legs and wave.
Hi. Oh, hey.
There's a There's an imp on that one's back. Await its patience.
Solaris, hi.
Oh, hey, Sunspot. Is he
You
dead?
lived.
I point at Patience.
Not anymore.
Oh, good. You didn't happen to get Renair out of there, did you?
I look down at my clearly tiny body. No.
Okay. I just had to ask.
You lived.
Currently, yes, I am very much allowed. You know, a troll just tried to make me.
Yeah.
Well, you don't have to respond to the trolls. It's best to just ignore them or block them.
That's true. That's very true. Make a valid point. It's kind of claustrophobic in here. What's that?
It is. What's your guys' passive perception?
0.
Lord.
What is mine?
Mine is
17.
18.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So both of you guys have really good ones. Okay.
Hey, I'm the aviator. I'm supposed to notice things and pay attention to things, okay?
I'm just wise.
Mm,
I'm
mm.
smart.
What would Patience's job even be? And
That's a good
we'll
question.
figure it out when it happens.
We'll figure that out later.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've got my little bag of holding paper shredder.
If you still have it.
In case you gotta destroy any documents. So you two here echoing through these sewer pipes, essentially. What sounds like two voices sort of talking. Can't really make out what they're saying at the moment, but you can sort of hear like
Somebody following you?
I don't think anyone was going to be following me. Someone follow you?
I don't think anybody was following me. I crawled through the sewer pipe out of the water. I think I don't have a tail.
What if it's
Tail.
the troll? What if it's the troll?
It was a little big to fit in the sewer pipe. I mean, unless they can like contort themselves, which, I mean, maybe.
might be true.
Well, I used to be big. Now I'm tiny.
Yeah, what happened?
Funny story. We paid money
Huh?
to get passage, and this witch hag person,
Ghost witch. Yeah.
ghost witch hag, shrunk us down in our little boat and went pew and flung us across the water. And then we were supposed
Okay.
to be big again, but then we aren't big anymore.
Did she tell you that you would get big again after she made you small?
There was an
Cool.
implication.
Yeah.
So she explained the whole process before you said yes.
Listen, you were in danger. We didn't know what was going to happen.
Oh, okay. That's fair. I mean, I didn't really think ahead when I went creeping around that stupid lighthouse and, you know, startled up all the spirits, and now I'm 64 years old. So, I mean, I'm not one to talk.
Yeah, then you teleported away.
I got scared. Do you know
Because
where
you
I
got
ended up?
old? I don't know where.
No, because there was a ghost. I don't like undead things. I ended up in front of the Xanathar in the
Man,
sewers.
screw that guy.
He's the one that put Renair and I in the stupid cages with that sun death idiot.
He's a punk. I hate Sun Death. I'm going to fight him again. Here.
Especially because he kind of took some of your name.
Yeah, that's my thing.
Exactly. So we got to come up with a plan because I kind of left Renair behind again, and we really have to kind of get him back.
I'm noticing a pattern.
Yeah.
Is there something you need to talk about? Do you guys need to like speak with somebody? I'm here to
No.
listen.
I mean, you're a very good listener. No, we just sort of have this kind of thing where, you know, Renair gets in trouble, and then I make sure
Abandon him?
to go back, and I go back for him when it's a better situation.
Do you?
I mean, there was that time on Jarlaxle's boat when I found him all tied up in that secret hidden closet. And
I wasn't there for that.
No, you missed it. I lit the whole boat on fire. There was a fire cannon on the deck, and I turned it toward the deck, and I fired it, and it lit it all on fire. And then all hell broke loose, and I escaped with Renair in this submarine that looked like some kind of dragon turtle, I think. And Slim ran off to go after Jarlaxle's hat, and Yami kissed Jarlaxle, and I thought they both died, but they managed to get out, and it was crazy.
I lit the whole fort on
You what?
You didn't see the big fire on the fort that went. I think it's still burning.
Oh, I kind of jumped into the water to get away and swim away, and then got grabbed by the troll.
It was when you were trying to shoot me. I saw you, by the way. I heard you.
I wasn't trying to shoot you. That was just an act.
I heard, I gotta get that little elf. I hate him. He's so cool.
I did really good at acting like I wanted to shoot you.
It's fair.
If I wanted to shoot you, I'd have shot you.
I would have caught it and threw it back at you.
Yeah, I'm kind of thinking that if I'm going to stab you, to do something to you, I'm going to stab you because I don't like that whole throwing things back thing.
It's fun. Anyway.
I ask, how did you catch that ballista thing and throw it back? You're 9 inches tall.
It came and I just kind of did the full body, caught it, spun around, and I went, pew!
Okay, so it's a momentum thing.
When I'm this tall, yes.
Okay.
Anyway, what do we do? I'm still small. He's still kind of dead.
And you can notice Solaris is pretty well beaten up too. There's like scorch marks. It looks like maybe she got electrocuted a couple times. There's other wounds and things. She may have been. Oh, that's an arrow she forgot to pull out. Hang on. Oh.
You drop it, Sunspot catches it and throws it back at you.
Solaris drops unconscious because she has 6 points left.
Oh, whoops.
Vengeance.
Do you hear those? Do you hear that? I hear voices from over there.
Yeah, I'm small. Do you think I should go check it out? They may not see me.
Sure, I'll stay with Patience and your rats.
Well, I'm taking some of the rats with me.
Okay, I'll stay with Patience.
Okay.
At this point,
Okay.
I'm at Dead Man's float in what little water there is in this little thing.
You just
flip
him back.
on his back. Put him on his back.
I just slowly drifted off the rat I was on or something.
I scoop up the little 9-inch tall Patience and I kind of go and then try to put him in a pocket or something.
Gus kind of scurries out of your cloak and sniffs his head.
I know, right, Gus?
I smell like blood and naivety.
That sounds about right. All right, so Sunspot, you're gonna head towards these voices and see what.
Yeah, and I'm gonna take a couple rats with me and ride one of them because I'm assuming sounds of a rat sounds more natural than tiny little.
Yeah, that's fair. So as you do, you sort of hear that the voices are coming from what sounds like a grate, sort of in what looks like a chamber that's peered down on the same level as the sewers. And it sounds like 2 men speaking. And one of them says, "Oh, you don't have to worry about her. She doesn't know how strong and virile you are, like no other dwarf I know." And the other voice is like, "Well, that means a lot coming from you, Hot, but tell me some good news. Have you found another one?" No, not quite yet. Ah, well, that's a damn shame. I figured after that who's a what's it that Twinbeard built, the Xanathar might have, dreamed up another beholder or something. I'm kind of getting tired of him after he moved here into Skullport, kind of stepping on my toes, Well, at least you have to watch after his fish. And they go on and on about a few other things. Would you like to keep listening or get closer, look in, see who these people are?
I'll kind of poke my little elf head in. Like,
Okay, so what you see before you is what can only be described as a man cave down here.
oh, it smells.
It certainly does. And it looks like there is a stuffed minotaur standing in one corner with like a battle axe. There are like posters of like minotaur pinups on the walls. There is what looks like a old like tablet with a maze on it, hanging from one wall. It's like a very nasty looking bed that's just kind of like a heap of furs. And sitting on that bed with a bottle in his hand is a dwarf who is kind of wearing this black plate armor covered in spikes. And he has his helmet off. You can see it has these two big horns on it. And he has kind of like a scraggly black beard and stuff. And he takes a chug from the bottle and hands it over to a other dwarf who's sitting in a chair across from him, who looks like a little dwarf pirate with a bandana around his head, an eye patch, and looks like a steel peg leg.
Does this look like this is their man cave since there's all the Minotaur stuff everywhere? Or did they steal this man cave?
It looks like it's probably one of theirs. Give me an insight check, actually.
Oh no. Did I just find the furries?
This guy isn't into bears, he's into oxes.
That's only a 9.
Okay, you don't know what's going on down here. But the dwarf who has the plate armor on says, "We've been doing this for how long now, Art? At least a century, right? It's getting kind of tiresome having to deal with the Xanathar every now and again." And Ott says, "Listen, just like I said, at least you don't have to look after his overgrown minnow. My skills are wasted by this Zushax. But that's the only thing that's keeping us alive, don't you remember? We gotta keep a hold of this here Xanathar. His little fish obsession's just what we need." I guess so. Your job's more important than anything, Ott. I guess you got a point, Amerigo, I guess. You can be the fish keeper for the next Xanathar, though. I don't really want to do that. Takes a swig.
Alright, I'm gonna scuttle back to Solaris. While riding their little rat. Solaris!
Sunspot?
They were like
What's going on?
there are two dwarves over there.
Okay.
They apparently working for the Xanathar, even though they don't want to. One of them is named Ott, and the other one has all this black plate armor with all these spikes and these horns. And did I catch his name? Is he Twinbeard?
I don't think you got his name, no.
Okay.
He mentioned someone named Twinbeard.
Oh,
but...
mentioned someone named Twinbeard. Gotcha. Yeah. He's wearing this black armor. He's got a black beard. It's kind of ugly. He needs to like condition it so it doesn't grow in so patchy and scraggly looking. But yeah.
Wow. Rude.
They're in this little man cave, and there's a lot of posters of minotaurs, and I don't like it.
Does any of this ring a bell to Solaris?
Yes, you do remember when you first got here. You did see a little like dwarf pirate named Ott who was taking care of the Xanathar's fish from the looks of it.
Oh, yeah.
And then another one who was, in plate armor with like a fur cape, big spiked, horned helmet. And you believe his name was Amerigo. And he seemed like the Xanathar's right hand almost.
Oh, I met those two. They helped drag Renair and I. Yes. I tried to convince the Xanathar that I was from the future and that his fish was in danger and that I was the only one who could help him, but he didn't want to listen.
Well, apparently they don't like taking care of the fish. They say like keeping care of it is like their only hold with his Xanathar. I don't know. So I think they're lying.
I wonder if we could assassinate the fish and blame it on them.
Want to kill a goldfish?
Well, the Xanathar did put me in a cage for 3 days and let that idiot electrocute me while we played stupid couple games.
I mean, it's a goldfish. It's probably gonna die soon anyway.
Yeah, but they keep replacing it.
I was just about to say, would they keep replacing it with more goldfish?
That's
My
kind of the
God.
thing. Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. This changes everything. We have to find the fish farm. We find the fish farm. We stop the means of production of the fish.
Wow,
So then they can't
Sunspot.
replace the goldfish.
Okay, I mean, I was up for the assassinating the one fish. Wow, you just took it a whole nother level. Should we kill them all or just release them to freedom?
I think goldfish are an invasive species. We probably shouldn't release them into the wild.
Really?
Yeah. You know they're only limited by their the container they're in. So if we put them in like the ocean, they're going to be like
giant goldfish.
Yeah.
I kind of want one.
I might have
Listen,
stats for one.
Oh wow!
We need to focus on other things like making me not tiny anymore.
You know, this whole you riding the rat being tiny thing actually is kind of working for you today.
Yeah, but my fists aren't as powerful.
You did okay.
And that was some other stuff I was doing.
Oh?
Yeah, if I hit people right, I can stun them. That's why the wyvern went. Wah!
Tell him about Sunspot, Solaris.
Do I hear that, or does at least
No,
Solaris
it's just
hear
in her
that?
head.
Okay. Okay.
You just see Solaris like look sideways, like she's looking at somebody to the side, and she says no.
Pity.
I'm not gonna call him Sunspot to his face.
You just did.
What? No, I didn't.
Who are you talking to?
My friend.
Does your friend have a name?
I call him Galore.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Remember the name. Remember the name, Sunspot, for I shall be your master by the end.
Do I hear that?
No, you don't hear it at all. I'm just saying it's to Solaris.
It's really way less intimidating when I'm the only one that can hear it.
No.
Sunspot's kind of like looking off to the side. Is your friend here right now?
I open the bag of holding and just pop out the Stone of Galore, point at it, and then put it back in the bag.
That doesn't help. That's actually worse.
As you say that, suddenly down a chute, sort of up to the side, you hear like.
No! Run away!
You don't know what it was. Right? So
We're in
you
a
guys
sewer.
just scurry away instantly. It could have been anything. I don't know.
Well, we're riding a little bit away, so I don't get hit with it.
To be honest, I thought it was a very angry Donald Duck coming down.
It's a horrible goose.
Yeah.
I don't want to get flushed.
He's got a rake. He's got a rake.
Oh no! So you guys move away from that.
Like out of the way, because
yeah.
we're in a sewer. I assume it's nothing good coming down.
Well, yeah, some nasty stuff kind of like down and plops into the water. And you hear what sounds like some sort of like hatch made of wood, like close back up at the top of this chute.
Oh no, we're in a toilet.
I hate to suggest it, but maybe it's an easy way out. We climb up and get out of the sewers.
I mean, we could just go out the way I came in. I mean, it's right over there.
Solaris, you see this grate with like tiny little things that a rat could probably squeeze through.
I
Like,
I gotta ask, is Sunspot's flaw now just like fear of poo or something? I don't know.
oh, since we went to that
It's not fear. I mean, he used to live in the sewer, so he knows what that
Fair.
sound is.
Well, yeah, but it's like PTSD, you know?
I mean, I can get it. I don't want to go out that way.
Solaris is gonna start climbing up the toilet chute.
I love it. All right.
I'm in your pocket, right?
Yes, you are.
I'm your Polly Pocket.
You're did you ever see Honey, I Blew Up the Kid? You're like the little the big brother in the little brother's pocket. Climbing up.
I just kind of like latch onto Solaris's legs so that she has to do all the work.
All right.
This is so not fair.
Climb up.
You're the only
Probably
big
like-
one.
Kind of a, it's just a slanted little slope. Not too hard. And then yeah, it looks like there's like a trap door over your head as you reach the top.
Can I make a perception check to hear if anybody's inside the room above?
Sure.
Okay.
Oh man, those burritos
20
we got at the marketplace are really getting to me, honey.
A 21.
Let's see. Hold on.
Gotta let the dogs out. Oh god.
It's going through me like lava.
Oh my god.
I knew I shouldn't have got that Callum Sharn taco.
Yeah, actually, it sounds like there's a guy, and yeah, he's like, I knew that this would have been trouble. Oh goodness. Oh.
Ew.
Oh boy.
He's gonna
I
do
wonder
it.
if I should just stay in here.
Can
I'm gonna use minor illusion to make a sound that goes from the trap door that I'm under.
You hear just like a things like falling, and then the door open and just like slam shut behind him.
I mean, I was gonna send my rats out through it, but that
That's
works
pretty
too.
good,
I I like to think that the camera cuts to the room and the little door opens and you just see Solaris's like the top of her head like poke through.
Then Sunspot climbs up to your shoulder, peeks out.
Oh.
If it's all clear, I'm gonna climb out of the poop chute.
Mm-hmm. It's all clear.
I jump out.
And there appears to be, a door, right there in front of you in this tiny little, kind of like a outhouse looking room.
It's a double decker.
Oh,
The
so
door-
gross.
Beyond the door, it sounds like there are quite a few people.
Can I listen at the door and see if I can figure out where we are?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
You want to just use your passive perceptions? I mean,
Sure, why not?
so,
I got an 18.
oh, yeah. So from the sounds of it, it sounds like a lot of people, like, just talking,
Guards.
shooting the shit.
Guards, I knew it. See, I told you there are excrementals in the sewers.
Oh, get out of
And
here, crazy
I'm
Tony.
sorry, but they were not shooting the shit. Apparently, we were shooting the shit.
No, Solaris was climbing in the shit.
By the way, Jamey, I think you deserve an inspiration for doing like the tiny voice and everything. So
No, I'm
I
gonna
think
keep doing it
inspiration
until I
too.
think again.
Yeah. So yeah, it sounds basically like a tavern or something in the room beyond.
I look
You
down
wanna
at my clothes. How gross am I?
Oh, they're pretty gross. The whole front is just like, ooh, what is this?
Oh man, this sucks. Do I have any other clothes with me? No.
Oh, the worst part is you can't see patients anymore.
Oh God.
Oh, gross.
Oh,
I'm gonna use what am I gonna? I'm gonna use. Let's see, disguise self on myself to Actually, I can't use it again today. Shoot, I'm gonna use minor illusion to make it look like I'm
Oh
not
my-
completely gross,
Okay.
just to cover up the look of me being completely gross.
Yeah, yeah.
and I have to recast it every single minute.
Oh my god.
So this is
All right,
gonna
this is
happen.
gonna be fun. All right.
Great.
I don't know. You guys want to go out into the tavern?
Sunspot.
I mean, it's either go out to the tavern or go back in the poop
Go
chute.
back in the poop chute. Yeah.
Well, we're gonna make a note of this particular poop chute because this leads back to those two idiot dwarves, and we may need to access their little area again.
Should I bring
So-
my rats with me or leave them behind?
The rats all poke their heads out of the toilet seat.
They have the
mean-
big eyes, like.
They're like
Gus pokes up out of the pocket next to where Patience is and looks at the rats and looks at me. I'm like,
Oh.
I mean, sure, you can bring the
Let's
rats.
bring all the rats into the tavern.
Into the tavern.
They're all gonna have like little drinks.
Onward!
all the kobold workers are like, free food.
No!
Someone's arm gets cut off. Seconds.
Mm,
Oh my god.
I'm going
I'm
to
going. Go
to
ahead.
ride on Solaris's shoulder.
Okay. So do you really want to bring all the rats with you, or like, do you want them to like stay along the walls or anything?
I
You
don't know.
I
I
mean,
feel-
you have to keep playing that pipe. I'm just.
I
so
know,
you
like every 6 seconds I have to play this pipe.
Sunspot, why are you doing that? Don't worry about it.
And he complains that I talk to a rock.
I'm gonna leave the rats behind.
Okay.
Aw.
Oh no.
Free them of my control.
Scott.
No, I'm just simulating what it's like when you're playing a note every 6 seconds.
Mm. There we go.
After a while, you just listen. It's like, wait, is he playing My Heart Will Go On one note at a time?
So,
Yeah.
I'm not even
I
trying.
let my rats go, and then I'm just sitting on Solaris' shoulder.
So, you guys exit the bathroom, and enter a tavern room. The place is dark with some lamps that look like they have water in them, and they're just these slimy hagfish with like bioluminescent dots all down them, just sort of illuminating it in this weird greenish light.
Not gonna lie, that's pretty cool.
You can see that there are several folks around here. There is a human man who sort of has his cloak up. The cloak looks, sort of wet, that sort of damp look that people in Skullport seem to have. He has a brown beard, and he's just sort of sitting there drinking a drink, looking over some maps, it looks like. Behind the bar, there is what looks like a half-elf woman, kind of taking an order from a little kobold waiter, and it looks like she has sort of like dusky skin, almost as if she's like half drow or something. She has very nice like blonde hair that she has pulled up, very close to her scalp. You also see that there is a gentleman who looks like a very sick elf because he has like yellowy skin, and like no nose really, but some like nose holes, and like brown dots sort of sprinkled across his face, almost like a banana. And then, there's there's a scattering of other people around here as well. Goblins and kobolds and bugbears and dwarves and halflings and humans. Some of them look like adventurers, some of them look like slavers, some of them look like might be slaves, pirates. Vast assortment here. Looks like there's some people doing some sort of like thing around a table. Like there's just a bunch of people huddled around a table and they're like, yeah, blah, blah, occasionally.
Let's go over there, over there, over there.
No,
Why?
we should try to, I don't know, get some fresh clothes, get you back to full size, go rescue my fiance?
Yeah, but what if there's a fight over there? I could go in the fight. Fight.
You don't look like you're like, I mean, I don't. Do I see the
I
door?
will ratatouille this.
You do see a door that seems to open every now and again out into the street outside. And from the street outside, you can hear like occasionally a and like the shaking of like metal.
Let's just go see what's at the little table. Come on.
Okay, fine.
Yay.
So Solaris, you walk over there, and some of the people are like, oh, start grabbing their nose a little bit. The minor illusion didn't cover the smell.
I just occasionally cast thaumaturgy, a little puff of wind to try to like dispel the smell.
Might smell worse.
Yeah.
And come on, Scott, that's awful. As you get close to the table, however, people sort of move aside so you can get a view. It looks like there is a little like cage on the table that has 2 bats in it, and the bats appear to be fighting. The bat fighting championship.
Bat fighting.
Yes.
Bat fight, bat fight, bat fight, bat fight.
Fighting, huh?
As Scott said, it's batshit crazy. That's good, Scott.
Well, I mean, there's bats and everyone smells like poo. So.
Oh yeah, I got you.
They prefer the term guano.
I'm gonna give you inspiration just for that because it's so bad. I love it.
Unconscious patients is just like, yeah.
Twing. Bat fight, bat fight, bat fight.
Yes, the bats are going at it. And a little goblin dude who's like sort of standing on a chair to get to look. He turns to you, Solaris, and he like clutches his little blue nose and he says, "You looking to make a wager?"
I look at Sunspot on my shoulder. Which one do you want to bet on?
I don't know. I don't know anything about bats.
Can I make an insight check to see which bet I think is going to win?
Insight check for the bats, sure, yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Insight. Boom. Oh, that's a 10.
So the little goblin also says, "That one over there is Black Death. You gotta watch out for him. He's a biter. And that one's Cave Terror."
Black Death or Cave Terror?
Cave terror, cave terror, cave terror.
I was gonna say, with my just recent situation, I think Cave Terror.
Oh, really?
It's a sign.
With your insight check, you realize you don't know much about bats either. As you're looking at them, like it's just like 2 bats like hugging and occasionally like flying at each other and like.
Are they like actually fighting, or are they just kind of like hugging each other?
You don't know. It looks kind of violent, I guess. You don't see any blood or anything, so I don't know.
What's the wager?
Well, it's 10 silver pieces to start.
10 silver pieces. I give him a gold piece.
Oh, bites it. That's good. All right, add it to the pot. You toss it into a little bowl they got.
Oh God, does he need a con save?
No.
He gets
Oh God,
dysentery.
actually, that's a good point.
The
Oh,
goblin
boy.
gets dysentery.
Oh, you got an 18 on his con save on the die.
Aw.
So.
Yep,
He
that's
does
gold.
not.
Oh God.
Oh, that's a little weird. Kind of a tang to it.
It's a bit nutty.
What is
No,
that? What is that? Some Kellisher and spices? What?
that's weird.
Do you season your money?
How would you season your money?
It
Well, I guess it's nice.
it's a little shifty.
Oh my god. So you guys are gonna watch this little bat fight?
Indeed.
Yeah, let's watch the bat fight.
Let me roll.
Ah!
I'm gonna say, okay, so which one do you want to be night or cave terror? Orange or green?
Green.
Green. Good choice. Oh. Well. So as you're watching, Black Death swoops at Cave Terror, and there's like a and Cave Terror does exactly what this goblin said and bites down onto Cave Terror, and Black Death Black Death like flies off to the side, and Cave Terror just like meekly goes into a corner and like huddles up and doesn't fight again.
No.
It's okay. It looks like it's alive, but it seems it's out. It's tapped out.
Come on, little bat. I just bet a gold piece on you.
You give it a tiny cookie and a tiny little juice box.
A little bit more.
Because it's low on blood.
Sunspot goes out. Tag me in!
It's the right size.
The beat up bat.
Start punching a bat.
It has like a big bruise over its eye and like a little blood coming out. It has like a
Come on, champ.
Band-Aid. It looks at you.
Can't see him. I can't see him, coach.
Adrian!
Cut me, come on.
Tap me in, tap me in.
It reaches its little bat hand out and goes, squeak.
Oh.
Taps your
Tag
hand.
team. Tag team.
Tag team. You gotta climb through the bars.
Sunspot picks up a folding chair.
Yeah, there's like a funny little like doll furniture set up in this cage for some reason. It's weird.
I pick up the metal folding chair.
I like to think there's some. I like to think there's some rogue sprites or something that they're down in Skullport.
Oh my god.
Woo!
So Sunspot, just roll me like a d20.
Oh no!
And I'll roll for Black Death again to see how.
In this corner, we have the terror of Black Death, and in the other corner, we have the new contestant, Sunspot.
Okay.
What'd you get?
14.
Black Death got an 18.
Ooh.
I mean, I was gonna just like physically fight this bat.
I know.
Punch it.
Oh.
Black Death. He's too much. He's like swooping down at you tactically and taking a little nibble, and it's like, oh, get the fuck out! Oh my god!
I start getting some radiant sunbolts ready.
I would say once you start shooting radiant sunbolts, yeah, Black Death is just like, oh, and it swoops away into like a dark corner. It's like,
Ah!
I think he has 1 hit point.
oh
And
no!
then I just light myself up. Ah!
The people are like, oh.
Oh wait,
Yeah, bats have 1
I
hit
could have
point.
used my warding flare,
Okay.
so he would have had a disadvantage. But
Oh my god. Let me roll again. Okay, yeah, that fails. So after you start using your sun soul magic, Black Death backs off. And then I imagine Sunspot goes over and like lifts Cave Terror's little wing. And the crowd is like, yeah! Yeah!
we are the undefeated champions.
And Patience, you awaken to this uproar and this horrible smell all around you.
Do I get a little championship belt? Ah!
Yes, the goblin pulled out of his pocket like a little novelty toy belt. Like,
I put it on.
yeah.
Oh god, it smells horrible. That chocolate oh god!
Don't put a candy bar in here with me.
Gus, the mouse, is sitting next to you in the pocket, like just looking at you.
Ah! I don't know this rat. Give me just a moment.
It's a mouse.
I don't know this
How
mouse.
dare you?
Give
It
me
is a
just
mouse.
moment.
I get out of the little cage.
Patience is on fire in your pocket.
Oh my god. Smoke just starts to come out of your pocket.
I look
Solaris,
down.
Solaris, you're on fire.
I reach in and take Gus out first and put him on my shoulder, and then I pluck out Patience. Ow! And I drop him on the table.
It's thaumaturgy, so it's just cosmetic.
Okay.
Patience.
What the heck? Ah, darn it! I'm still small.
Yeah. Hey,
Very small.
we're small still.
I'm not covered in what I think I'm covered in.
What do you think you're covered in?
Shit. Wait, do
No.
I smell tacos?
The little kobold has a tray of what look like underdark tacos with like a big mushroom and like some sort of weird meat. Looks like shredded beef.
Mystery troglodyte meat. I mean, mystery
Who knows
meat.
what else? A weird
Hey, what-
white crumble.
Oh,
Sunspot
God.
looks at
The other
meat.
white meat.
Why does that meat look familiar?
Homemade,
The rat.
homemade blue cheese.
Hmm.
Who knows? Who knows what's in that taco? But the little kobold just like scurries over and pushes it onto a table for the guy who's looking over his maps.
Wait,
Solaris is binding her wounds while she sits here.
wait, where are we?
We're in a tavern.
What? But where?
Skullport, I think.
No, this is
Still?
purgatory. We're waiting to see if we go to Elysium or somewhere else. We all died. It was really tragic.
It was awful.
For funsies, especially since I do not know you. I'm rolling insight.
That's true.
All right, I'm rolling
I know-
deception.
You're really good at deception, right?
No,
Okay, this will still
not
be
really
hilarious.
good at.
This will still be hilarious. Yeah. Okay. What'd you get?
Yeah,
No, you first.
I'm in single digits over here.
I know. What'd you get?
I got a 7.
I got a 4.
Oh,
my
you believe me.
God.
Wait, we're dead? I'm surprised.
Yeah.
I'm surprised the my clothes carried over. I always thought you'd like end up like naked because the clothes wouldn't carry over with your spirit.
Yeah, that's only when you get raptured.
No,
Ah.
and apparently when you die, you go down the shit chute because that's why we stink.
But that's why you stink.
You smell too, Sunspot.
I was holding on to you. I wasn't in the shit.
Wow, I'm surprised they let kobolds up here.
Oh no. If there's kobolds here, that means we're in hell.
A tiny little neon light racism.
Well, no, we're in
racism.
between. they just haven't decided who's going where yet. This is kind of the in between.
Well,
You gotta
let's go
wait
find
just in
some.
case somebody. Well, you gotta wait here in case
Religion.
somebody decides to bring you back.
Religion check. Can I think of a tavern in the upper plains?
Oh my God.
I know we're going Planescape now. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm
yeah,
sorry.
Yeah,
Let me-
yeah. Roll. We'll see.
21.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry.
So you do know that there's a place in Sigil, not upper plains, but it actually sits on a portal to an upper plane. A shady little place where people who like to, talk in private. It's kind of like this tavern from what you've heard about it, called the Flying Ostrich, run by a little halfling who calls himself Cornelius the Evil Halfling, with a orc bartender who has a mummy hand on his one arm. So, you look at the bar. There's like a drow lady, half drow lady. That's not right. But maybe this got new employees.
Well, I heard the new head priest of Lathander's church in Waterdeep was drow. So
That's true. That is true.
is it Lathander? I'm trying to remember. It keeps changing. The
They
sun
keep
god.
changing it.
But in any case, kind of sucks. I'm still tiny after I died. But oh well.
Yeah, we're trying to fix that. We should probably go try to fix this
Mm-hmm.
and get Solaris some new clothes because she smells.
So do you, Sunspot. So do you.
I look over to the nearest bat and I use my evocation to speak with animals.
Okay.
And I say to it, "Hey, do you know where the nearest waterfall or something is, where you can wash off?"
Says,
Yeah, actually, yeah. There's a little place that we pass all the time when we're walking through the street, and it's like some sort of fountain thing. and there's little jets of water that shoot out of it. You could go over there, I guess.
Oh, thanks.
No problem.
So I'm just like squeaking back and forth with the bat, and then I just look at you guys and I'm like,
It's just high pitched.
And actually, the bat taps its little face again and then looks to where they seem to be pulling in like a big tank in the middle of this tavern. And it looks like there's a lady in like a cloak who's like walking up a ladder up to the top of the tank as the bartender comes out, and she says, "Ladies and gentlemen, we have a special performance this Skullport evening from the one and only, the siren of Waterdeep Harbor, Olivia Reefglider." And she motions up to this lady who throws off her cloak and appears to be an aquatic elf. You know, she has sort of tealish skin, some gills, green hair with little shells in it, and she dives into the big tank that's been pulled out, and starts to go.
she has such a way with words.
It's beautiful.
Also, I didn't know that they had a Skullport in the upper planes. Seems a lot nicer than the one in the material plane.
Yeah, weird how that happens.
Insight. Nat 1, so 0.
Oh my god! Yeah, don't you know? The Skullport in Not Celestia?
Do I understand what the elf is saying? What language is that?
Aquan, probably.
She's singing whale song.
So Aquan.
Okay, I don't understand it.
You know.
I'm eyeing that tub of water, thinking I might go take a
I
bath.
know, I was just about thinking about that. I was like, I could just go dive in there.
You know, if we go to the local planetary, they could probably just cleanse us.
Yeah, we should find them. I look at Sunspot.
What's a planetar?
Oh, it's this really cool angel, and it has like a sword, and then like the sword like floats next to it, and it's on fire, and it's like a soldier from the upper planes. It's really cool.
Is the sword on fire or is the planetar on fire?
Possibly both, if it really feels like it.
Cool.
Okay.
Well, let's go find that thing, the planetarium.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm always interested in finding things that light on fire.
I mean, I light on fire, but
How come everybody lights on fire?
Thaumaturgy.
thaumaturgy.
Oh, wait, I light myself on fire. Thaumaturgy.
Hey, I thaumaturgy myself too.
A bunch of people in the tavern like look away from Olivia Reefglider and like all turn to you like.
I go.
They made the skulls angry. That's like a century ago. Calm down.
Can I roll perception check? Can I see like outside at all?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. I got a 12. Do I see a floating skull outside that's on fire?
You do. There's a little.
Hey, there's a planetar right there.
Bob's on by. Yeah.
Hey.
Wait, what?
Hey. It's trying to like get off the table, and I'm trying to go outside to signal the planetar.
I'm gonna pick him up by the back of his shirt and hold him up so his little feet are running.
And I start running out too, though.
Oh my god.
And I'm quick.
I'm quick too.
What's your speed normally?
Normally my speed is 50.
So if you
Okay.
dash, it's
40.
still 50 because you're at half speed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mine's 40. I chase after Sunspot and try to pick him up.
Dear God.
All right, so Sunspot runs out of the door as it swings. And- actually, make me a dexterity saving throw. I'm curious here.
Oh
You
no.
You could travel down the block in one turn in tiny size form.
Why do I feel like the door is just gonna like flink me back?
No, is it like a saloon door so it just doesn't even move because he's tiny?
18.
18. Wow. Okay. So you're able to dodge the door as it swings wildly after you. And you see above you, in a cage that's sort of hanging from what looks like the front of a ship that this building is made out of is a cage that has a wild-eyed creature with like tentacle arms and like a furry body, and it's like occasionally shaking the cage and roaring at people that walk past. And then in the street, there's a bunch of people in like cloaks walking by, and you can see that the buildings are kind of like built angled over the street with like catwalks and like ropes hanging down and like rope ladders and stuff like that. Very rickety looking, built from pieces of ships and various other things.
Wow, the Upper Plains has gone to shit.
Do I see the planetar?
You do. You see this little skull that goes by, and a little like a big brawny like ogre is like walking down the street with a club, and it stops and it like floats up to him and it says, "You must go and clean the nearest goblin." And the ogre's like, "Yes, or I shall disintegrate you."
Did I hear that?
Yes.
Hey, there's a goblin in there.
The ogre, and he pushes open the door.
Dirty goblins are unacceptable.
He sort of looks down at you, Solaris, and says, "Excuse me," and walks past you. And he goes over to the goblin at the table with the bat fights, and he like picks him up. And Sunspot, you hear the goblin like, "Well, put me down, put me down."
I start running off after the skull.
Okay.
Sorry, we're so suicidal.
The skull is just drifting down the avenue.
Hey.
It does not hear you. It just seems to sort of be like babbling to itself in some language you don't understand.
I use thaumaturgy to speak louder. Hey!
Okay. It doesn't hear you, or it's not paying attention. One of the two.
Man, I didn't know they were rude.
And it starts to like drift up, farther up into the town, into like the middle section. And you see like a dude swing across the street above you on a rope.
Oh, that's so cool.
Oh, hey, it's a mighty marzipan.
What would you guys like to do? Oh, Solaris. You followed after Sunspot, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you catch up to him as he's, looking up at this skull now, whizzing up farther into the rigging and stuff up there. And then, do you say anything to Sunspot? Do anything to Sunspot? Patience, where are you at?
I'm in her pocket. I think she
you're in her
grabbed
pocket
me.
still.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
she
picked them
grabbed
up again.
Got it. Okay.
I'm probably following after them. Patient or Sunspot, get back here. Sunspot.
What?
Get off.
What?
Not you, the other one.
Oh.
Sunspot.
We're not making that a thing.
The Rat King of Waterdeep.
Yes.
There he is.
You
Get him.
address me as Your Highness.
No.
Yes.
Your Highness, Kami Guru, Rat King of Waterdeep.
And Prince.
So Solaris.
Prince
Yeah.
of keep forgetting. Zakara, yeah.
I forget the city's name. It's like Hamuz? Something like that.
Wait, I have it written down.
The city of fate. Yeah.
Aziz.
That's what it is.
Prince Haziz.
Fabulous Aziz Bob. I don't know.
That's pretty good. So Solaris, you hear a voice behind you that says, you should be careful not to make a scene if you're on the run.
I do a quick turnaround to see who is addressing me.
Well, underneath a hood and stuff in this cloak, you see a familiar face. It is your friend from, who often hangs out at the Yawning Portal. Matrim Merrig, better known as Three Strings.
What the hell are you doing down here?
Well, I heard that you and Renee were down here. Do you still look like young Solaris, or do you look like old Solaris?
Oh God, at this point, no, I'm old lady again.
He says, and I heard that you looked different. You do. But you're definitely Solaris.
Yep. Guilty as charged.
You look well kept. Where's the nearest bathhouse?
There's a tiny man in your pockets, Solaris.
Yeah, I just met him. His name's Patience. I don't know. We're trying to figure out how to make him bigger again.
Hi.
And me.
Hi, I'm Patience.
Oh.
Tiny little hand.
Hi. He holds out a little finger. Hi. I'm Merrig. Natural Merrig. Hi, Sunspot. Wait, aren't you the one that got pulled out of the pit when you were dead last time I saw you, I think?
I got better.
Well, good thing you... No, good. Okay.
He's learned not to touch things. No, he hasn't learned that, but, we're trying.
What do you mean? We're all dead. We're in the upper planes. In Skullport.
Yes, and I pat Patience on the head. Yes, we are. And kind of try to push him back into the park.
Huh? Wait, it's cramped in a room.
Well,
It smells.
well, your friend Yami was going around asking for help to come get you guys, and, well, Mert sent me to come say hi, make sure you guys were all right, possibly break you out ahead of time. Where's Renair?
Renair's still captured. We have to get him out.
Ah, I see.
We're working on that, about the fact that Solaris keeps abandoning him.
Oh, yeah, that's a little weird.
Sunspot, this isn't the time.
There's some deep-seated issues there.
Solaris does give some good dating advice. I mean, she's always helping me with Bonnie, so, I mean, one day I'll ask her out.
My tiny little head pops out of the pocket. Maybe we should go to a bathhouse and, clean up and catch up.
Well, I
want to be big again.
Wait.
trying to get big again. I actually might know someone.
If I
around
take a short rest, I could dispel it.
Oh, well, I guess. I know someone who could also do that for you. So, I mean,
Okay.
I don't know. It's up to you, bud.
Let's just get me big again, please.
All right, because I have some, a little magical talent as a bard, but I can't do that. All right, come
Don't
on.
sell yourself short.
Well,
Hey, I take offense to that.
Oh,
that was
sorry.
pretty funny, actually. And Matrim kind of pulls his cloak a little tighter, and he says, "If you have any disguise stuff, I might want to put it on."
I will pull my hood up on my cloak.
I heard about what happened at the fort. I assume that was you guys, yeah?
Mostly those two.
They got from muffled in the pocket. They got what was coming to them.
Well, I don't disagree with you. The Xanathar's a tyrant if ever there was one.
It is fine. They're looking for a tiny elf. I'm a big elf.
Oh,
No, it's not
maybe.
what I looked like. I
Maybe.
just saw a tiny little elf go.
They're lucky that Sunspot pulled me out of there. I would have shown him another 1, 2, or 3 with a hook.
I give a hook and a hi-ya, sir.
Let me at him.
Little old-timey fist going.
I was just thinking everyone's favorite character, Scrappy Doo.
Mm-hmm. So, Three Strings is going to lead you guys sort of along through these tunnels of
Can I
woodwork.
climb onto 3 strings so I don't have to walk to keep up with everybody?
Yeah, you can do
If
that.
you'll let me.
Yeah. He's like, "Oh yeah, sure, bud." Just make sure you keep your head covered and everything. Skullport can be pretty
Wet.
gross. Yeah, wet. Pretty wet.
I peek over at Solaris's mouse that's right next to me, and I'm like, "Hey, nice weather we got here." I can speak to it.
Oh, you can talk to Gus.
Yeah.
I don't think Yami's even talked to Gus. Oh my god.
Says it's pretty gross.
I was hoping Gus would have the deep Barry White voice.
Oh, I don't know. It's pretty gross, baby.
Surprised by the response. I don't say anymore for Dan's sake.
So you guys wind your way through Skullport, up like some stairs that are very rickety. They kind of like break and like shake a little bit under your guys' feet. And you see a little hovel on the like second floor of this mess of buildings. Actually, as you're heading along, you do pass a guy who has a big banner behind him hanging from a building that has the circle with the 10 rays coming off it that you guys would recognize as the symbol of the Xanathar. And he says, as you're walking by, "The Great Eye has a proclamation! Come, citizens of Skullport, and lend me your ears! Let it be known that for every 6 hours that the ones known as the Chaos Crew do not surrender themselves, that the great Xanathar shall snap a body part off of the one known as Renair Never Ember." And he pulls out of a bag that he has what looks like a stone hand with a ring on one of the fingers. And he says, "And let it be known that the Great Eye does not lie or prevaricate. The Xanathar speaks!" And he puts the hand back into the bag and then gets down from the little box that he's on.
Before he dies, he needs a dex save.
Oh, jeez, okay. 17.
Ooh, does that pass? Oh, darn, it does. The pedestal he's on catches on fire as I use Creep Bonfire.
He steps off and... Oh. Why?
Oh, yeah. And
Do I recognize the hand in the ring?
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, you did give it to him.
And is the pedestal a flammable object?
Yes.
Then it stays flammable. I've already stopped with the... Or it's still on fire. I
So
stopped
it's just
the spell.
like burning in the middle of the street now, and
Mhm.
like some little people come up and are like, "Ooh, fire!"
I like it.
We could give the hand to Yami. I'm just saying.
Oh yeah, poor Yami. I forgot. Yami doesn't have hands anymore. How did that happen again?
Look, Renair still at least has one hand. Yami has no hands. So really, if you think about it, they both come up.
I hear there's like a super powerful hand you can put on, and it like gives you magic powers, but it's really evil.
Cool.
Anyway, where are we heading to?
Yeah, 3 Strings leads you on, and
We're
leads you
gonna
up to
get big!
a second-story hovel that doesn't look like it has a door, just sort of has like a curtain hanging over it. And you hear what sounds like occasional like animal noises coming from within. And you also see like some rats scurrying out underneath the curtains.
What are they
Hi,
saying?
guys.
Oh gosh.
I'm so.
Uh,
I'm gonna
patience.
milk this as much as I can.
Patience, you hear like, "Kill me."
Oh, poor things.
Pain!
Poor things.
And 3 Strings
Oh,
says,
better give him mercy. Jumps out of the pocket. No, I'm kidding. I don't.
3 Strings says,
Patient summons his great sword.
Summons a
this-
shotgun. Shame. Shame.
So this is the place. I hear this lady is kind of a master transmuter. I haven't really talked to her myself, but I hear she looks a little weird. So I guess don't try to stare. Yeah.
Well,
let's
now I'm gonna stare.
go. Don't.
You shouldn't have told me. I'm now gonna stare.
Don't worry. I completely understand. I got it, Maul.
James Isaac.
Molly, 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 Molly.
Would you like a side of
Just gonna eat some guacamole.
Molly? So
Let us in.
pulls aside the curtain and motions for you all to go inside. and you see that there's like an old lady's a back of an old lady's head, sort of like working at a table, with what looks like something. It looks like she has something like in front of her that she's like messing with. She says, "Oh, you'll be so pretty. You'll be so pretty, my dear." So this lady turns around, and coming out of her eye sockets all of a sudden are like two eye stalks that like extend and look at you guys.
Are we talking like
snail.
crustacean, or are we talking like snail, or
Like a crustacean, yeah.
Okay.
Like almost like her face is like a shell, and they just like sort of out. And as she turns, you see her mouth also like do a big smile, and it's like twice the size that it should be on her face. And she says, "Oh, hello, welcome to Hired Horrors. Monsters made to order. What can I do for you?"
Sunspot just like chokes back a laugh.
I heard you can make a man bigger.
I really need to be like at least twice as big.
Right now I'm about 6 inches. I need like at least 50% more than that.
Oh, her eyes kind of like swerve back into her head, and she says, "Oh, well."
Say, how do her eyes widen?
I'm so sorry, Jeanette.
I could do that. I mean, if you really want to.
Yes.
I mean, I could too, but they said I couldn't wait.
I would really appreciate
The bard was pretty demanding. He said I had to get bigger like as soon as possible.
Usually,
this guy.
if you're small for more than 4 hours, it's a little weird. Yes.
Yeah.
Please contact your local cleric.
Yeah. So this woman, she stands, and she kind of like, "Oh, it's a little chilly."
And I hop off of Three Strings' shoulders.
And she pulls out a cloak that looks like it is made from the flayed hide of some sort of fish person, and puts it over her body, and like ties the little hand skin together at her neck. And she comes over and she says, "Come here, dearies, come here."
I look over at Sunspot, all kind of regrettably.
I mean, it can't be worse.
I shrug and held onto her hand.
Yeah, I get onto her hand.
And Three Strings says, I'll pay for it. And he pulls out a little purse and puts it on the table. And she's like, "Oh, thank you, dearie, thank you." And she takes you over in her little cupped hands and puts you down on the table where she was working before.
What's on the table?
You see, sort of looming over you, is what looks like a bunny rabbit, but it has the head of a duck, and it goes, "Quack."
Does it go kill me?
Yes, actually, it does.
Oh, I love what you've done to the ducket.
Duck bunny.
Duck?
The duck bunny. Isn't it cute? It's so cuddly.
It's something, all right.
"Death is my only release," it says.
It says otherwise.
You're not gonna like splice us together, are you?
Well, no, not unless you want me to.
No, I'm good.
I wonder what it'd be like if I had monk's arms along with my own arms.
Well,
No. Listen, I already have a tiefling heart. I don't want any other tiefling parts.
Wait, you have a tiefling heart?
it's true.
Yeah.
Forgot about that. So
Sunspot's real heart is still in Krish Crash's tiny horde.
Yeah. So this lady, her eye stalks are gonna come out and start to like sort of wiggle around as she shakes her fingers and casts.
It's like wacky inflatable arm guy.
Fun fact, there is an NPC in Avernus who's all in the demon flesh warping stuff. He's like a mad mage, and his hands are, or his arms are just tentacles with finger digits on the end.
A fun one.
Yeah.
So she casts a spell magic on you guys, and you guys suddenly feel yourselves
Counterspell. No, I'm kidding.
You guys suddenly
Patience
back to your original
counterspells it on
sizes.
Sunspot. You're so small.
No.
So suddenly you guys are sitting on this table, full size.
Oh, thank God. I don't
thanks.
know how to thank you.
Oh, no problem at all. Free to keep us happy to help people with her magics.
Cool.
Although, slicing together people is more of my former master's thing, so, I don't think you guys have to worry. I just do monsters.
Who's your former master?
Oh, well, her name was Arcturia. You ever heard of her?
I don't think so.
Sounds like this knight I knew named Artorius, but that can't be right.
No. Well, so Arcturia was kind of a master transmuter, which is why I went to go learn from her. But she was one of Hallister's heirs, one of his 7 apprentices.
I've heard of that guy.
Yeah, the Mad Mage of Undermountain. Everybody's heard of him. But Arcturia, I mean, she lives down somewhere down in Undermountain, and she taught me everything I know about splicing monsters together. She loves making new friends. But, well, I don't know. You look like adventuring sorts. If you ever go down there and find her lab, she has a blood bag that she uses for her experiments. It kind of makes me a little queasy to think about her having someone like that tied up. So, I mean, if you guys ever find that, I would feel good if you, rescued them.
Does her blood bag have a name?
Oh, I believe it's, what was it? Alisair? Something like that.
We'll do that.
So if you want to repay good old Prita Keeper, well. Also, if you have a lair that needs monsters, she motions to the cages around her.
You just hear the kids kill me.
Kill me. Where you see such beautiful things as a russet owl monster, which is a owlbear, but it has the little antenna of a rust monster and sort of like a carapace. Other things like that.
I think we're good.
Oh, okay. Well,
Her little eyes go back into her head, like kind of dejected looking. Okay, well, that's fine.
go tell your friends about old Prita Keeper. Oh, that one's a fat one. And she leans down, she picks up a little rat on the ground and says,
No, leave the rats.
"Oh, you want to eat it?"
Yes.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Just take the rat. Don't worry, I got you.
And Three Strings is like, "Okay, thank you, ma'am. We'll let you know if we need anything." She backs out.
I will definitely remember you.
Yep. I have that way with people.
And she smiles there, her big mouth.
Seems very happy.
Everyone else like awkwardly is leaving, and Patience is just like, and then everybody's gone, and he turns around and notices everybody gone anyways.
Okay.
As soon as I get outside, I drop the rat. Go tell everyone stay away from here.
It scurries away and then like jumps on a little rope and like slides down to the bottom floor.
Oh, it's adorable. Tiny little rat zip line. Dun, 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 dun.
You guys find yourself now in the section of Skullport known as the Heart, which is basically the big cave where a lot of the stuff is built. And you can see that, the buildings go up, wobbly little towers of wood and ship parts and ropes and ladders and rope bridges and all that. And then there's like stalactites hanging from the ceiling, stuff like that. Yeah, I don't know. What do you guys want to do? What's the plan here?
Well, I heard that.
How long until the next part of Renair gets sent away?
Well, you think it's been about 3.5 hours at this point. So probably another 2.5. So 2 hours maybe.
I hear the waters of Oceanus are quite good for your health. Maybe we should bathe in the waters real quick.
Where's that?
Down there, as I point down at the docks.
Everybody looks at the Sargoth with black water.
I wouldn't go in that water. A troll tried to eat me in there earlier today.
Yeah. I hear some nasty things in that water. You know, a bard hears tales.
Was that before or after you died? Because if it was before you died, I don't think you need to worry about it. The troll's in the material plane.
It was after.
Oh, then it
Trolls
probably was.
die too.
It was probably a misunderstanding then. A troll in the upper plane must have been a pretty nice one.
Three Strings leans over to you, Solaris, and says, "Are we just like? Is this a thing that we're doing?"
It's currently a thing. Yeah.
Okay.
This is what happens when you have 9 wisdom, but you're proficient with religion.
Mm-hmm.
Yami knows what.
Solaris is regretting some things.
All regrets can be washed away in Oceanus.
So,
what are we gonna do about Renair?
Well, from what I heard, they took him up to the Worm's Gullet.
What's the Worm's Gullet?
Well, it's a restaurant, kind of inside a big petrified purple worm.
Oh, that's
the Xanathar's. Cool. It is, but the Xanathar's also
pretty dope.
Wait, what?
The Xanathar's kind of made it his hideout.
The Xanathar.
That's where they took us from.
No! I just grabbed patience. Nope.
The Xanathar is in the upper plains.
He
couldn't.
Yes.
Waterdeep was not enough that he couldn't just disintegrate a really awesome tiefling with a fedora, and he has to go in the upper plains and mess things up here too.
Sunspot, you feel a part of you.
Oh no! Oh no!
You feel a part of you.
Am I getting possessed again?
At that,
the fedora magically appears on my head.
A fedora appears, a ghostly fedora, and says, "Yeah, getting disintegrated wasn't very nice, but sometimes that's just how it was in the mean streets of the dock ward. Sometimes you're just walking your beat, and you run into a big fat beholder. Points his eye at you, and just like that. One moment you're alive, and the next you're just a pile of ash, getting washed away by the rain. Just like tears. Tears no one will ever see. That's water for you." And then suddenly you snap back to yourself.
Hey,
wow, that was a really good impersonation of a guy I used to know named Bonaparte.
I'm sorry, what?
Was it just me, or did all color disappear for a moment?
Yeah, did kind of get a little desaturated.
What are you guys talking about?
A bugbear walks by playing a saxophone.
We just see the silhouette of a woman standing under the streetlight.
She's wearing a red dress.
Cigarette smoke.
Yeah.
The red dress is the only thing in color.
She has long legs. The type of legs that go all the way down to the floor.
Low intelligence detective. She has legs without have feet on the end.
Scandalous.
Anyway.
So Three Strings will actually tell you. So yeah, the Xanathar, he's made his hideout up there at the Worm's Gullet.
Well,
you know, kind of.
I think that's where they dragged us out of.
Well, we should go there and kick his ass.
There's also the Harpers here. I mean, we had Thorvin before he got killed in that whole Xanathar collapse incident. But we do have another spy down here in Skullport. So I mean, she could be a safe house if you need one. And
I look at Patience, who is completely bloody.
I'm of course happy to stay with you guys too.
I'm at 1 hit point with literally nothing. I only got cantrips.
Let me see if I actually have any healing. I don't know. That's a good question.
I got all my key points back, but I have no spell slots, and I'm up to 40 hit points.
Oh boy.
I'm at full hit points. I didn't get any spells back. But I have all my other stuff, so.
And I got 2 more warding flares.
Fine. You guys don't look so good, actually. Looking at you.
Yeah, and Patience is pulling to like, yeah, let's go kick his ass.
Patience has I'm gonna go kick his ass. Am I going? No, you're still standing there.
Oh, I just thought if I thought to my legs hard enough that they'd move, they'd move.
Oh, wow.
I haven't been able to feel them for the last few hours.
Three Strings actually says, if we do like a short rest or something, I don't know what that is, but like an hour, if we sit around for like an hour, I might be able to like help you with some music. But
Well, I did want to wash off this poo.
oh, yeah. Well, I feel like Elvira will be able to help you with that, so. Or you could go take a dip in the Sargoth, but then like a dark tentacle will grab you and.
I mean, I know we got to go save Renair before he loses another body part, but
Yeah, that's.
we're kind of that fight kind of.
It looks that way. I don't know. I mean, Merchant sent me to help you guys, so it's really up to you what sort of plan you got going on.
I heard a mention about some kind of bathhouse nearby as I'm looking around with 8 on my perception check.
Do not see anything. That looks like a bathhouse. There's a lot of ramshackle buildings around.
This has to be the most run-down city in the Upper Plains. They don't even have bathhouses.
Well, we're
Like,
still
you
in
think
the
he's
in-between.
standing. He's standing underneath the sign for the bathhouse, but he doesn't see it because he doesn't look up.
That would be to par with Patience, yeah.
Well, I mean, Solaris, I'm going to kind of defer to you. I mean, I don't go and fight, but
Yeah, me too.
I don't want anyone to die for this. Maybe I should just go turn myself in and tell him that you all died.
I mean, you don't need to worry about it. We're all already dead.
we're going to die
Yes,
again.
Patience. Yes.
I
But
mean,
this
I don't
way,
think
oh no. You know what I'll tell him? I'll tell him that I died, Patience, and that you two are still alive, but you're gonna get yourselves killed to come and get him. And he won't realize that you're already here and coming to get him sooner.
I really don't. I've only known you for like a few hours, but I think I like you.
Oh, thanks. I think I like you too.
I mean, I don't think the Xanathar is going to believe that only you are still here. They all kind of saw me ride out on a bunch of rats.
Fair.
With this one.
Oh, that's what happened.
I'm gonna tell him
Yeah.
that a sea troll ate you.
I wonder what deity has rats as their main patrons. It's weird to ascend to the heavens with rats.
It was a special gift from my deity. He knew I liked rats.
That makes sense. Are we gonna keep out of character?
I
Are we
don't
gonna
know.
keep this foo bar up?
Where do you guys want to go? I don't know. There's. You could, if you would like, you could go and try and take a rest. In that case, Three Strings will probably take you to the safe house. You could go back to the tavern, see if you can pick up any hints of anything. You could just walk around town, or you could try and go up to the Worm's Gullet, and well, we'll see how that goes. I don't know.
I don't know, man. I don't see why we need to wait. We should just go up to the Worm's Gullet.
I mean, if we want to maybe short rest so we can try and get some health back.
Yeah, maybe if we do, I will not feel this tied to my mortal coil because I'm feeling pain, and you're not really supposed to feel pain after you die. So
It's
probably the
phantom
case.
pain.
Yeah.
Like when you lose a limb, she says, and then just shakes her head.
And they
You
played
got
us
me
like a
somewhere. Boy, do I know what that's like.
phantom pain,
Sneezes.
Xanathar played us like a damn fiddle.
That's really hard because he doesn't have any hands.
I know.
I've thought about this before as a bard. I think he could play a fiddle with telekinesis if he really wanted.
We should give him hands just
Stop
so we can
giving him
chop them
credit.
off.
Well, I'm just saying. I mean, this is something I've thought about a lot. How does a beholder play an instrument? Right? I'm just saying.
Just do your rest magic crap.
Okay. Well, come on, we got to go to the feathered rat. And he, he's like, taking you along. He grabs a rope and he like swings across the street. And he's you guys just following him along?
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
So he takes you back down some flights to a teeny tiny shop that's like crushed under the weight of like what looks like someone just dropped a fucking mansion on top of it, essentially. And this is just like a little pillar holding it up. And he takes you inside where there's a half elf, or I think she is a half elf. A half elf lady who's kind of tending to some mundane looking animals. There's bats and rats and snakes and stuff like that. You can see a little pseudo dragon in like a tank, and she's like, "Oh, Matrim, you're back! Excellent. You've brought friends."
Acquaintances.
Everyone's a friend to my friend Three Strings.
True.
And as you guys walk in, actually suddenly there's like a pop next to you guys, and there are these two dogs, these two tan dogs with like short fur that like just appear out of thin air, and they're like sniffing all over you guys and like lick.
Oh.
Kinda like
I don't think they're licking me.
Well, actually, yeah. They're kind of like.
Are we in the
That's a weird smell.
Are we in the lowest of the seven heavens of Celestia, Mount Celestia? Because there's a bunch of dog spirits here. That's where most of the Hound Archons are as well.
And Elvira walks over and says, "Oh, that's just Yuff and Yap. Oh, come here, boys." And she kind of like motions over for them, and they pop out of existence and appear over by her, and they're like, shh, and she pets them both.
Can I roll a check, like a nature or something? I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Okay, that might be an 8. I don't think I'm proficient.
Oh boy.
No, it's a 9. I thought I had a negative modifier. My bad.
Well, they're definitely dogs, and it appears like they're using some sort of like spell or their magic or something like that. Turning invisible, maybe? I don't know.
Some dog petitioners from the upper plane. It's fine.
It might be from the Beastlands, yeah.
Sounds right.
Yeah. And Three Strings is like, Elvira, we need to see the special pets. It's like, I don't know what you mean. Oh, yeah, the ones that you're always harping on about. And she's like,
Harpies?
Oh. And they both wink at each other.
You might need to wash your face. I think there's something in your eye.
And she's like, "Oh yeah, you can go back into the back room." And she's like, "Oh, okay, thank you, Elvira. Keep it chilly." Like, I will, young man. And Three Strings like, "Come on, guys," takes you on to the back. Where basically, there's like a door in the back. And
on our way in the back, the animals in this room, I say, "Hey, don't go to that building up on the top of the hill. Just don't."
They all are like, "Thanks for telling us."
Oh crap! They're a swarm legion.
They all blink at the same time.
We are many.
Will be assimilated. So basically, the back room, it's like a safe house. They got some rations and stuff. There's a little bed. There's some more extra cots and stuff like that. Some bandages, etc., etc.
I still don't see why we don't go to that petrified purple worm place or whatever. As I go to sit on the couch, I mean, we're perfectly fine.
Yeah. So we just need to chill. I think.
I don't know. You guys want to do a short rest or long rest?
Patience will probably be out for a long rest if you don't wake him up. I'm just saying.
Okay.
We are on a time limit. I'm saying out of character because
Yeah, that's why I was kind of leaning more towards a short.
I don't know.
I won't get any spells back.
Honestly.
Solaris would want to go after a short rest.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, we can do that then.
Okay, in that case, 3 strings, as a bard, is going to use his Song of Rest, so that any ally who hears it regains an extra 1d6 hit points if you spend your hit die to regain hit points at this rest.
Thank you.
And then depending on how you guys look after that, he might do some other stuff. Because he really thinks you guys look bad.
I am back to full, so I'm okay.
Wow. Okay.
I have I eat a bunch though. Like I get some food and I scarf my my food.
3 strings is just in the corner, just sort of ding,
Straight
ding,
vibing.
ding. Yeah, with his little lute with the 3 strings on it.
He's actually playing My Heart Will Go On, but he's playing in the full song.
Yeah.
I'm back to full health.
Oh wow. Okay.
I only used
because I had my mini short rest earlier when
All right.
patients were still unconscious.
I only used half my hit dice just in case, so I'm at around half.
Okay.
But that's a probably good spot.
3 strings in that case is also going to use some healing words on you, patients, to try and help out with that. So what's his spellcasting modifier?
If he's looking at me from a scale between 1 to 51, I'm at about 24.
24. Okay. Yeah, he's gonna use some healing words. Let's see here. Oh wow, I rolled max. So that'd be a 12 from the first one.
Oh wow. Okay.
And then he's gonna cast it again on you. 5, 6. That's 11 after that.
Upcasting it. Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm doing pretty good now.
Okay. And he says, "All right, I used a good chunk of my magic there, but I hope that helps you guys. I hope you're ready if this is really what you want to do."
I don't think we have a choice.
All right. Well, like I said, Mert sent me down here ahead of whatever your friend has planned. So I guess I'm in it with you. He puts his loot on his back, and he stands up, and he's like, "Let's go beat up the Xanathar."
Hell yeah.
And I think that's where we'll end it for today.
I think that's a good spot. Not.
As we all start slow motion walking out the pet store.
Out of the pet store. Okay. Well, thank you everybody for coming by and watching our adventures here. Let's do some plugs. Scott, you got any plugs?
Yeah, all right. Hey, in about 2 hours from our current stream, so that'll be 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on Saturday, today, we'll be continuing our Ghosts of Saltmarsh campaign, where the crew just got done with Isle the Abbey, just got a bunch of treasure, and now they're like, how can we waste it all in one shot? So we'll see what they do in the town of Saltmarsh tonight.
That's always the best question. Jamey, do you have any plugs? Want to go to that?
Not for anything I stream, but later tonight in my home game, there's a 95% chance my character is getting married.
Nice! Congratulations.
So that's going to be fun. And then we have to kill the person who's going to marry us.
Oh, well, that happens.
And yeah, that's all.
I once had a marriage happen in my campaign where Demogorgon was a party crasher, so it happens.
We're going to wait until we do the I do's before we shank her.
Yeah, that's fair. Hey, Jeanette, you got any plugs?
Hi. I think so. Yes. So tomorrow at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time on my channel, Uncanny_Adventures, we're going to be playing some Skull and Shackles adventure, D&D 5e. Dylan may or may not be there. Who knows? And Tuesday night, I've got a Call of Cthulhu game at 7 p.m. on my channel in the Old West. And then every other Monday, so not this week, but next week, I've got another Call of Cthulhu game in the Old West, which doesn't get confusing at all. But that's what I've got going on. And I think you'll see me in a couple hours on Scotty's channel because I play in Ghost of Saltmarsh.
All right. And I'm Dylan, your humble DM. And you can find us here every Saturday, 3 p.m. Eastern Time, doing some more Chaos Crew stuff. We'll see what the hell happens next time. And yeah, thank you for stopping by, everybody. We'll see you next week. Toodaloo.